What's up, cupcakes? It's your boy Paperback Dan. I'm back doing another solo Wednesday Warrior video because Connor's not available. He's been busy. Lucky bastard got to see Spider-Man because he lives in the UK, and I'm very jealous, but on to the comics. I got some decent stuff. I'm excited to talk about it, and I'm just gonna jump right into it, rapid fire style like last time. First things first, last week, if you watched the crossover video that I did with Lohit, I said that I wasn't able to get everything that I wanted to that came out last week, and I was going to try and pick it up this week and just touch on it real quickly. So that's what I'm going to knock out first. First thing is I got the second issue of What's the Furthest Place from Here. I still haven't read the first issue or the second one, but I'm really excited to. Connor had really good things to say about it in our talk for issue one, and this team has a lot of hype around it. The creative team, of course, and I'm looking forward to reading it. The books, like even this one, it's not oversized like the other one. Well, not oversized, but it's not like a higher page count. But this book is still pretty thick in its own right. Thankfully, it was regular price because that first book was pretty expensive. Second book, from that was an Image book. This one is Boom, and I guess they have a little boombox imprint. It's the first I'm hearing of it, but it's called Buckhead. And I didn't know what to expect from this book. I saw something about it on Twitter and I was moderately curious about it, so I picked it up. And apparently it has something to do with like African folklore or like mythology, whatever word you'd want to use. And I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, well, maybe this is a good chance to learn, check it out, see something. And the issue is interesting in a good way and a bad way, I guess. I did enjoy it. There was this weird like mystery to it, and I'm very curious where it's going to go. The issue didn't have a whole lot going on for me to say, yeah, I love this issue, but it's only a 5-issue miniseries, and I'm very curious what's going to happen next, so I will keep pulling it. But not a very impressive first issue overall. And that's all from last week, so everything else is from this week now. First things first, we've got the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm going to get it every month. I still haven't read it. I'm like 60 issues behind. But like I've said before, I like the Turtles too much to not keep pulling it. I have almost every single issue. I started collecting around issue 20, I think. So I've got damn near the whole series in singles. Second, with an awesome cover, is issue 4 of Titans United. I haven't read a single issue of these, but the covers keep selling me, and because it's a mini-series, it's hard to pass up. I mean, just look at that. It looks so cool and ominous, and I love the color scheme that they go for on all of these covers. I think it's great. Next, we've got the books that I have read. So we'll start out with the biggest title. It's Hulk #2, Donny Cates. This issue didn't do a whole lot for me. If you watched Ben and Lohit's video from this week, they were pretty torn about how they felt. Ben loved it, Lohit hated it. Well, hate is a strong word. But he didn't love it, and I'm kind of in that camp as well. It wasn't great. It had a huge cliffhanger, so I'm very curious what happens next. But yeah, it didn't do as much for me as the first issue did. I'm still, in it for the long haul potentially, but issue 2 left a little to be desired. Next is a Dark Horse book called Cloaked, and it's written by Mike Richardson. This is a 4-issue miniseries, and get another look at the cover here. This is basically about this super vigilante who disappears. Like, he came out of nowhere one day, and then eventually he just disappeared. It's been 25 years. no one's heard from him. And now the main character is a PI who's being hired to find him. Some very rich guy apparently got helped by this man, and he wants to memorialize him properly or something like that. So he's paying an absurd amount of money for this private investigator to find out what happened to this guy and why he disappeared. I really like this issue. It wasn't amazing, but it was good. I'm really curious what happens, and I'm absolutely going to keep pulling this. Again, it's 4 issues, so I'm a sucker for a miniseries. What can I say? But strong first issue. I'm very curious where it's going to go. My pick of the week is an obvious one. The other guys already called it. There's no one left to fight to. I still love this book. That's issue 3. My shop unfortunately didn't have the second cover. I'm pulling the book twice over in hopes to get both because I really like the series and I'm just throwing all my money at it. But yeah, solid issue. Wasn't the best so far, but it's still pretty good. The art just makes me so happy to look at. And it, as always, is carrying the series, and that's not a shot at the writer. It's just the art is like next level for me personally. But the book overall is good. I'm really looking forward to issue 4. And I believe it's going to be another 5-issue miniseries. I think I touched on that in a previous video. Yeah, so that's everything that I got for this week. Hopefully Connor will be back next week because I've got some stuff that I want to show him actually. And I'm hoping that if he sees this, he will be inclined to try and get some information from me. With that said, did my pick of the week. My bottom pick would probably be Hulk just because it was a slow week for me. Out of what I read, that was the one I was least excited about. My cover of the week is the Exo Manowar book that dropped this week. I'm going to put it over my face. And it looks awesome. And it really makes me wish that I was pulling a Valiant book right now. But I'm too far behind, and I want to keep reading Valiant up until where they are now. Like, I want to read the whole universe, or as much as I can help it at least. And that reminds me that Connor and I are attempting to do a Valiant universe read-through. So we've brought it up before. Here's another pseudo announcement. We want to do a Valiant universe read-through. Connor's got all these timelines and everything, reading orders in his head, and he's going to walk us through it. And we would love for you to either join us in the discussions or just join us in the comments, read along with us so you can experience all the same stuff that we are and then see what we have to say about it. Yeah, so Valiant is awesome. I'm hoping to get back into it. Me and Connor are going to go over when we're going to do it. It'll definitely be sometime in the new year. I don't want to say January. But yeah, so big Valiant read through. We're hoping to get that started soon. I'm excited about it. And yeah, so that's it for me for this week. Let me know what you guys pulled. Let me know what you thought of the books that I pulled, if you read any of them or if any of them caught your eye because I brought it up. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, join our Facebook page, Cupcakes Comic Reviews. It's the best way to reach out to us. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. I'll put the handles in the description. But Facebook is really the place where like the discussion can happen. And that's what brought us all together. So that's what I'm trying to promote. And yeah, so that's it. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.